Hello everyone. I believe this is the first time I talk on the internet. So let's uh, let me introduce myself first. My name is Rafter Prawira, and I love video games more than anything in the world. And yeah, I'm passionate about it. So that's why I make this video. So yeah, let's move on to my list of my favorite games. Number one, God of War, PlayStation 4. Win the world in like or love God of War. A long running franchise that's very legendary that it is a blasphemy to dislike it. I am not a hardcore fan of God of War since I played the original God of War when I'm 6 years old and I played the game for the hack and slash action. But the PS4 version is the one that makes me love the franchise and willing to play the previous games of God of War.
Oh, there do I see my mother. Oh, there do I see my father. Oh, there do they call to me. Oh, there do they call to me. Oh, there do they call to me.
At number 2, I have Spider-Man PlayStation 4. Spider-Man PlayStation 4 is the first superhero game that I played and loved it big time. The game mechanic that's so fluid, the animation that's very much smooth, and the mission that give you the satisfaction for being Spider-Man is the big sold out for me. And don't forget about the character development that give me personal attachment to Peter Parker and the villain. This game bring me to the next level of gaming and makes me understand what good game should be. Number 3, Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. Uncharted 4, A Thief's End is the first game that I have on my PlayStation 4. The perfect game for you to start your gaming journey. From easy gameplay and interesting story like movies, Uncharted 4 deliver closing story for Nathan Drake and his brother Samuel Sub Drake, with new and fresh character development as if this is the first Uncharted games that ever made. Challenging puzzle and shooting or stealth action give the game a replay value.
Paradise awaits.
Took a long time for him to get out of this game.
He's meant for this life.
Oh crap!
Last I checked, we're all a bunch of thieves digging around where we shouldn't.
Shame we're not on the same side.
I am a man of fortune, and I must seek my fortune.
At number 4, The Witcher 3. The classic old RPG style with branching storyline and amazing fantasy world design that let you explore freely without a limit. A deep story about Geralt of Rivia and a fascinating side quest make you want to stall the main mission progress as long as possible. The variant of enemy is making us the player wanting more and more of the action. The interesting optional dialogue that this game provides is enormous and interesting. This game will give you a different perspective of what gaming can achieve. Number 5, Assassin's Creed franchise. Assassin's Creed franchise is the franchise that introduced me to the gaming world. My first Assassin's Creed game is Assassin's Creed Black Flag. After I played that game, I immediately searched for another and another Assassin's Creed game. Assassin's Creed Black Flag is really changed my life 180 degrees. Now, let's just jump to the good stuff. The main protagonist, from Altair to the recent one Alexios or Cassandra, had very interesting background story and unique characteristic. The almost accurate story of different culture and the story of Apple of Eden, another artifact from the first civilization, is truly a good story to tell. The world that Ubisoft made is truly fascinating, from ancient Greek and Egyptian desert to the old France and London is amazing. Ubisoft really changed the gaming industry by making detailed map world design. Number 6, Watch Dogs franchise. Watch Dogs franchise is absolutely good, amazing, and I don't know what to tell you. I enjoys it. I enjoys the game. So if you never play it, go play it like right now. Okay, so the first Watch Dogs is the perfect example how to introduce a new gameplay mechanic and making it fun. The first Watch Dogs tell a story about avenging father for the family death with such a narrative and utterly great ending. Comes the second one, new journey with new main protagonist named Marcus. Marcus is a hacker that works with DedSec, try to defeat an evil corporate for winning the city. For the first hour on the game, we can see clearly the direction of the game and the narrative. But after mid-game, the story lost its course and made the whole narrative go to the gutter. Such a waste for the great main character. But for the gameplay wise, the second Watch Dogs take the good from the last one and perfected it and make a new feature that helped the game to keep it up and interesting.
I'm here to shatter your illusions.
At number 7, Death Stranding. Death Stranding, a game that has been waiting for the past years, finally arrived on 8 November 2019. Before its release, the game already divided people by their opinion, and my opinion is that the game is utterly amazing and gorgeous, but the prologue is too long and Kojima is just stalling and stalling for the whole 2 chapter. I don't know why, but those 2 chapters is just horrible and boring for some reason. And yeah, it hurt to say it, but it is what it is. And after you get to the 3rd chapter, the game is start to ramp up, start to become enjoyable with a lot of new unlockable. For the story wise, it is no doubt a Kojima game with pretty weird ending and a twist that somehow just work. By all means, the ending is beautiful and sad, but Kojima sure doesn't know how to end the story with such an explanation. That's why this game is weird, and I don't know if I could recommend the game for you. It's just weird and it's hard to explain. You need to play it, and it's hard to explain.
There's no pretending. I will hold you.
Freeze!
And protect you. So let love warm you.
Number 8, Kingdom Comes Deliverance. Kingdom Comes Deliverance is my most favorite medieval games of all time. Just play it yourself and you will be the judge of the game. But if you want to know my opinion, then there it is. The game is set in the 15th century, where the knights and the lords are the main focus. Henry, as the main character, will see and experiencing the horror of being the peasant in the 15th century. Oh yeah, and don't forget that this game is an RPG game with branching outcome that affected the people surrounding the player, and thus make you to be very careful and wise at choosing the word to choose for the main character, because it matters what your character says in the games. It affected what people think about Henry, so you need to be careful. Oh yeah, and this game had very amazing armor set. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I love it so much. Number 8, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Finally, after years and years of waiting, EA make a Star Wars game that hasn't been contaminated with destructive microtransaction. And the game is absolutely amazing with variant of gameplay mechanic that blend together very nicely. And the story of the game is absolutely Star Wars with a lot of darkness like Order 66. And the challenging combat is so much fun with Jedi Master difficulty. This game requires you, the player, to explore first. If you don't explore the map, you will be missing a lot of upgrades such as health canister, upgrade for your force power, and your health bar. And don't you worry of boredness because this game has an amazing map level design and good variant of enemy type. The force ability not so overpowered and thus makes the challenge far more harder than before. The boss battle. The boss battle in this game is so much fun, but the parent attack and not much of variant attack really make the boss battle a little too easy. And don't forget to thanks Respawn Entertainment for an absolutely amazing Star Wars game.
Whatever you do, don't reach within.
At number 10, I have Red Dead Redemption 2. Last but not least, Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, I'm gonna be biased in this one. I mean, come on. It's Red Dead Redemption 2 I'm talking about here. The absolute masterpiece that only Rockstar could achieve. The game that is literally deserve all the $60. The game with so much detail that it's impossible to exist this very generation. The game with such a story and an ending that makes me feel connected to the main character and other side character in such a bizarre connection. Character development that I've never seen before in other games. All of the Dutch Van der Leen gang member felt alive and natural. With so little introduction to the side character, you as the player will feel right at home. This type kinda game cannot be explained by the short list of games that I like. If you want to know more about the game, go watch the review of the game. The map is so detailed and vast, the changing environment that looks natural, and the animation of literal everything is just gorgeous. The voice acting of every character of the game is so good that you insist to believe this character is a living being with purpose, not just some mindless NPC. And thank you for Rockstar for taking the time with this game. Although the time to make this game is kinda overkill, I mean 8 years is just too much of the waiting, but it pays with the quality that Rockstar give us.
You have to love yourself a fire. Product not yet rated.
And I think that's it for now. The short list of games that I like. Hope you like it, and maybe if you don't mind to share the video, it will be appreciated. Anyway, thanks for your time, and we'll see you next time. So if you really want to support what I'm doing, yeah, please consider to share the video. Maybe talk to your friend about it, your friend that really like video games as I do. And one last time, thank you for your time, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.